We are streaming on the internet. We are live. We are here. We are there. We are everywhere, but not where the corona is. Am I right or am I right?
You couldn't be more right, Anthony.
There we go.
You've never been more correct.
Yes.
That's exactly what's happening. We are here, there, and where the corona is not. We are avoiding the rona. It is episode 250.
Yes.
We have done 250 episodes of Love and Shots podcast. Congratulations to us. Hooray!
Hooray. Like, spoiler alert, the 300th episode is where Darren and I compete to do the 300 the fastest. So just so you know, that's the...
What?
That is the 300th episode. So we do the...
Oh, you son of a bitch.
He said...
See, now that you said that, that means we have to actually do it.
That'd be kind of fun. That's like the last... That's like the last 20 minutes of the podcast. We're just like, come on, guys. We're going to have like an official timekeeper.
We should make everyone do it with us.
Oh, we should. And we should have like Matt just have his own screen come in with a timer telling us everything. Like, oh man, you're this far away. Come on, you're this far away. This is where you gotta be.
Dude,
hey, remember that movie reference?
Doing mine right now. I'm gonna get ready. Bro. You can't fucking beat me. I would be so mad.
I've been training already. This is the week where I have to do double.
Like, there's a reason I proposed this.
No, it wasn't a reason. It just came to my head. I'm like, oh, I gotta do those tomorrow. But I was like, oh, that'd be funny to say. But yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm already working my way down. Already down to the 15s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to get down to the 12s. If I get down to the 12s, I think I'm just solid. Like, there's not much else I could do there.
I feel like I was in the 12s when I was in like really good shape before matches.
Yeah.
But we don't know how long that I like held on to that state.
Right.
I'm not gonna claim that like I remain at a 12 right now, but I've been in the 12s before, which means I can get back, baby.
You know who is in the
get back.
You know who is in the 12s that would surprise you?
Who?
Remember Evan. Evan's like in the 12s. Like,
I'm in no way surprised.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I feel like that dude. All right, so Evan is a former student of mine. Former because I fucking left town. And that dude's a fucking machine.
Dude,
like
an animal.
He's a fucking machine. So I'm in no way shocked. No way shocked. In fact, that's exactly what I would fucking expect. Yeah. I would expect him to be sub-10s, honestly. Like a fucking CrossFit world-class athlete motherfucker.
It's so crazy to watch him work.
Yeah, he just doesn't give up. Like, he's got that thing. He's the real thing.
Yeah, he is. It's so scary.
Yeah, shout out to Evan.
Yeah.
And let's do another shout out.
All right.
To the King of Cats.
Oh yeah, Casey.
My roommate, my surrogate brother.
The Cat King. He needs cash.
Young Casey Smith.
Where's my phone?
Turned 26 years of age yesterday, and Casey is an MMA fighter. Follow him at Casey Smith MMA. And he's 3-0 right now in his amateur journey. He is also the younger brother of Jessica Evil Eye. Follow that motherfucker too. Jessica Ra.
Hold on 1 second. I need to grab my phone because I need to shout out Casey's, I think it's his Cash App account, so I will shout that out for him to get more birthday bucks.
Do that. So Casey turned 26 yesterday, and as you may be able to tell by how disheveled I appear, when he turned 26, we turned up. And I'm old, and so it takes me a great deal of time to recover from such festivities. And as we speak, it is after 3 p.m. in Las Vegas, Nevada. And your boy is in a state where it feels as if I were run over by a fucking truck and then stomped on by a few elephants and then drug over a cliff by a cougar. That's how I feel.
That's terrible, but it sounds good too. Oh shit!
One would think, but we've all endured worse, and I'm happy to have this podcast episode happen right now.
Nice.
In other news, in other household news, I've been having this rib injury situation, and I've started working out again. I'm not ready to have like adult people put their fucking weight on me. But I have been lifting lightly and doing movements, and it's feeling better and better and better. So I assume that next week, like by midweek, I'll be full go. Like, I think I just popped it, like it pulled some of the cartilage or something. I don't think anything super severe happened, and I'm super grateful for that shit. And I'm also grateful that I have roommates that are like, "Yo, are you gonna work out today?"
So hey, can't be sad.
The standards are high, man, and they should be. We have a lot to do.
You know,
and I talk a lot of shit.
You do.
So, like, I gotta do a lot of shit.
No, that's fair. All right, 2 things real quick. So, hold on, get back up. Cash App, K Smith, KSMIFF2. That's KSMIFF, and then dose. Cash App them. Give them like $1. Tell them, say meow, king of cats, happy birthday, or
Yeah, do that shit.
Here's a ball.
I want it to be like in the same spirit as like a ghetto birthday party, where like you get like dollars pinned to your shirt and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, don't think that you're like just donating. Just be like, yeah, it's something you should do. It's his birthday.
Yeah.
Throw $1 at the Cash App. I'm into it.
Yeah.
The king of cats.
Yeah.
Takes all that money.
Say something clever too, like, "Hey, pussy boy. Hey, pussy boy."
You son of a bitch. Yeah, who cares what you say as long as you like drop a couple bucks in the fucking hat.
I know, but it's still funny.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talk a little shit as you bless the kid.
Yeah.
Talk a little shit and bless the boy. So yeah. So Casey's old.
Yeah.
I'm less hurt, and here we are.
Yeah.
250 episodes into the podcast.
Yeah.
Anthony, what'd it do?
Not much. I thought about something though. I said, who'd have been thriving during this time right now? Who'd have been dominating the Danaher Death Squad while this pandemic was going on? If everything was back like it was in the early 2010s, Lloyd Irvin's team, he would just be having like think about that, like those house, like I'm just thinking about that for a while, like those house, like kind of compound things, like right now it's like, oh, you can't go anywhere but train. And you live in a house of, maybe some of the best people who may have qualified or won the ADCCs. Oh, and JT Torres, who's probably never been beaten in his life. You have that guy, too, to train with. So, like, I don't know. It's one of those things where I think about, like, man, it would be nice if this happened in the 2000s. You would see a real different, like, kind of, I don't know. Is that weird to say or think about?
No, it's not weird. I think you're onto something.
Yeah.
So let's rewind for some of the audience that doesn't do jiu-jitsu. There was a period of time where a lot of the prominent guys who are black belts now in like the younger age, right, were like brown belts and purple belts, that Lloyd Irvin's team was extraordinarily strong. They were using the moniker America's Team. It boasted names such as JT Torres, who's a multiple-time ADCA champion and world placer, Keenan Cornelius, my homie Andres was on that team. They had a lot of strong competitors. And they were living in like fighter houses. They had all these guys living together, mats in their houses, and they could technically get it in, right?
Yeah.
Now, at that time, I don't believe that they had mats in their houses like set up like we have in ours.
Mm-hmm.
It was more like what we had in my old house.
Right.
Right? But I think that they probably would have set it up to be that way once this had happened. And they already had those guys living together. And they could have just gone super, super hard. I think if jiu-jitsu had fighter houses, this would be a time where they would thrive.
Yeah.
I think that's a funny insight. I think there's something to that.
Yeah. Like, it's just weird. Like, it's like you don't want to be. It's like you want to be rich and live by yourself, but then you're so rich and live by yourself, you can't have anybody come over and like whoop your ass. So like you gotta like it's like weird. So you gotta like fight your roommates. Like and I think like or fight your dog. Yeah. So I'm like
you gotta fight your girlfriend. You
yeah.
gotta
Exactly. Yeah.
The girl that fucking looks at her phone when you're fighting.
Yeah. Exactly. So I'm like, this is like that's so wild to me. Like, this is terrible for you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be bad. Lucky for me, I'm in the situation I am in, and my roommates are athletes and top level athletes at that. Like, so I'm in a good situation.
That's good.
But yeah, if your roommates don't know what they're doing and you're trying to get something accomplished, well, enjoy being on that fucking Aerodyne for the next 6 months while everything clears up. At least you'll be in tip top cardio shape.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
Ugh.
So silly.
Yeah, that's a funny thought. Yeah, jujitsu in the time of Rona. Fucking who knows when academies are gonna open back up.
Yeah.
Everybody hears different days and different months.
They might be open in Florida. I think they're still open in Florida. They
No.
probably are. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. Like they
No, no, no. They're not open in Florida.
Oh yeah, your homies told
They
you.
they closed, Daddy. They closed.
Okay.
Now you know it is open in Florida.
The beach.
Well, yeah, I suppose the beach is always open, but the WWE is
Mhm.
open in Florida. They were given the title of essential business, which pissed off a lot of people.
Yeah.
But look, man, they got clout and cash,
They do.
and they could probably put themselves in that conversation. And even though they got themselves deemed as essential, they were quick to call other motherfuckers non-essential. And by that I mean they fired a great deal of people. They let go some 40 plus names.
Yeah.
And some of those people, I just feel like a personal thing toward. Like, all right, one of them is a wrestler named EC3. And I feel a personal connection to EC3, even though I don't actually know him, right? Like, we've interacted. So I took a seminar from him, so I spent a few hours learning from him. And then a few months after that, I get a text that's like, hey, you want to show up at this building and do a wrestling show? You'd be involved in 2 matches. And I'm like, what? Is this, what the fuck?
It's
It's
real.
EC3
It's real life.
asking me to do a gimmick. And I'm like, my gimmick is I'm Art Marshall, which is like martial art.
Mhm.
That's my name is Art Marshall.
Art Marshall.
like-
It's so stupid.
For this one-time show at his high school, like where he went to high school in Ohio.
My
And I
name's
was like, dude, I'm in. Like, that would be so fun. So to just have me in that match, and then he lifted me above his head in his match and threw me to the floor. Like, we had some moments, and he was really sweet to me. So I know that that's a really good guy, and I know how much he loves wrestling. And I know how hard that guy works to be where he is. And he was being underutilized, in my opinion, as a talent. And they chose to let him go in a time where it's hard to get anything else to go, right? Like,
Right.
nothing. The indies aren't running, right? Like, just like jiu-jitsu schools are closed,
Yeah.
little independent wrestling shows aren't fucking doing shows. They're not essential businesses like the WWE.
Right.
They don't have deep pockets.
What about the ones you like? The what is it? AEW, AWS.
AEW is broadcasting shows, but they're all pre-recorded right now. So all those wrestlers are at home. Like, there was a match on Wednesday, a world title match, and it featured Jon Moxley, who lives in Vegas and trains at Extreme Couture. He lifts there.
Yeah.
So Moxley was on a podcast, and he's like, I'm not going to insult your intelligence. That match was fucking weeks ago. He's like, but I'm still feeling it, and I'm not going to tell you if I won or lost. He's like, but like, I'm not going to lie to you and be like, yeah, we're wrestling tonight. Like, nah, dude, we already wrestled. I thought it was so fucking cool. I was like, oh, thank God that he's not trying to do actual kayfabe shit, but he still has respect for the audience. Like, he's like, I'm not going to tell you what happened, but I'm not going to be like, whoa, man, it's going to be a tough match. It's like, I fucking already did that shit. I'm bruised right now.
Yeah. It's like, why is your head cut open? It's like,
So, yeah, those guys aren't running shows. So these guys aren't going to have anywhere to immediately make money. And I think that fucking sucks.
Yeah.
But the bright side, possibly, of WWE being labeled as an essential business is that maybe there's a window for the fucking UFC. And I'm sure that, like, that sounds terrible to somebody. They're like, why do you want the UFC to run? You're putting everyone in danger. It's like, dude, we want to earn. Like, we want to do our jobs. And we want to have an idea of what the timelines are going to be so we can start preparing. So is it selfish in a sense? Yes. I acknowledge that 100%. It is selfish to, like, want to just get back to work and do UFC shows and have fights. But that's legitimately how I feel. So I'm just telling you the truth.
Yeah.
So if Fight Island is real and we can go there and have a fight, I want to go. If they're gonna do fights in Florida and that's what Jessica wants to do, I want to do it. Like, I'm in.
Yeah.
If I gotta wear a mask,
You got a mask?
this is going on for the first time. If I've gotta wear a mask, then I will wear a mask.
Oh.
We will go straight fucking ninja style if we must. But I want to get back to work.
Yeah.
Like work.
Yeah.
I like teaching regular classes, man. I want the fucking jujitsu schools to open up, dog. Fucking going crazy a little bit, but it's all good. These things will pass. These things will happen.
You don't want to teach a Zoom class?
Fuck no. I really don't. I really don't. Like, I perform best for a large audience, and I need to feel them. You can't feel them if you're just like looking at your fucking phone or your laptop. You can't feel them. It's not the same. It's not the same. It's like, dude, it's like stand up. Like, you need to be over in that room. Like, you have to, like, when you're not over, it doesn't matter what you say. If you're not over, if they're not in,
Mm-hmm.
then it doesn't matter how good of a teacher you are or what you're saying or how good the info is. Doesn't matter. You have to be over, and you can't feel if you're over or not unless you're there.
Oh man, no, I think I totally get what you're saying. I saw that happen over the weekend, or like over the past week. Did you see that Bert Kreischer thing with him and Whitney Houston? They did like a all things.
Whitney Houston,
not Whitney Cummings.
Cummings?
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
Cummings.
Whitney Houston.
Whatever her name, how you ever pronounce her last name? Whitney Cummings, wasn't Cummings? I don't know, but they did. They had a feature where there was Adam Sandler, Bert, and Whitney, and Bert just wasn't feeling that. Oh yeah, none of these jokes were bad, but you're like really insulting Adam Sandler. You're like, it's Precious Gems. He called his movie Precious Gems instead of Uncut Gems, and then instead of Happy, it called like Billy Madison or Happy Gilmore. I called it Happy Madison, and asked. Just started asking really weird questions like, "Hey, do you have a Netflix account?" Even though this guy has like the highest grossing movies on Netflix, like he's kind of a big deal on Netflix. He's like, "Yeah, do you have Netflix? You guys should check out my special." And then like,
what?
Yeah, no, it's actually pretty funny to watch. You just watch it all happen, and it just melts away. He just melts away.
Oh
no, poor Bert. But
poor Bert.
Also, poor you. Because you don't know either. You don't know if you're bombing or not. You're kind of out there just free balling it. Like, I don't know, this is it might be the best move ever. I don't know. Nobody said anything.
Yeah, who knows? Like, who fucking knows? That's why I haven't been putting out jiu-jitsu videos, because I like recording them live the most.
Yeah.
Right? There was when I was doing a lot of YouTube jiu-jitsu videos, I was still in the academy with people around. They were just like out of the frame. So I was always kind of sort of performing in a joking manner for my friends and then recording it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Just to do it is weird. Even like, all right, so I've been working on the Neverending Story. I broke down the first scene, The Breakfast with Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've been editing down the video. I had it's about 15 minutes of me talking about a 3-minute movie scene, right?
Okay.
And so I've cut it into little chunks, and I'm going to be releasing it throughout the week. But yeah, I don't know if anyone's going to like it at all, because I'm just talking at the screen, and I'm not connected to anyone.
Yeah.
So if you're not along for the ride, I have no idea. I'm just going off talking about jelly jars and shit, and and who knows if anyone gives a fuck, but we will see.
We will see.
And that's the thing, that's the thing that I've really been thinking about, is trying to make myself feel more free about expressing shit like that, just putting out content and that isn't attached to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in any way. And what's been giving me some confidence about that is an interview that happened between Killer Mike, LP, and Rick Rubin. And so LP and Killer Mike, for those who do not know, are rappers, and they have a group called Run the Jewels, which you should check out because it's probably the fucking coolest thing in music.
It's pretty cool.
Honestly. Like, Run the Jewels is the shit. So much so that if you just put on a random song, you'd be good. I don't have to tell you what song to hit. Like, oh, just play anything. It'll be fine. Like, you'll get it. You'll get that it's dope. Killer Mike was talking about, oh no, an LP. I think it was LP. Was talking about having the freedom to like make jokes and just like to feel like you didn't have to be so fucking serious all the time. And it's not that like outside of jujitsu content that like jujitsu content is serious and the other shit isn't serious, right? But it implies that you can step outside that level of what you're perceived to be. That like if you never put that limit on yourself, it's not fucking there. Like I can make whatever I want to make and not worry about it if I have the right mindset. And that's what I've been working on. I want to be confident enough to put out the things I want to do and not be so concerned with how they're going to be received. Just see how they're received, you know, and then choose to make adjustments or not. Like if everybody says it sucks, I still might like it enough to do it.
Yeah, that's true. But you know, you also have to be. You have to also be sensitive about your work. You have to be.
I'm not saying I shouldn't be. I'm just saying there's a balance there.
Yeah.
That I could be better about, and I'm working toward that. Right. Oh my god! I'm making sure that the phone does not die on us.
Oh, good.
This is God's work we're doing right now.
It's God's work, God's will.
That's God's work is like a thing I've been saying a lot. Like, oh, that's God's work there. It's like if you do anything awesome, like you make lunch, I'm like, that's God's work there, dude. We need that lunch. That's God's work.
So.
I know. All right, confession.
All right.
My ribs are fucking killing me right now. It's not that bad in general.
Yeah.
It's just sitting up like this is not the most fun.
Okay.
Do we have any weird news?
We do have weird news, and I am glad you asked. So, there's been a little bit of a own little kind of super going to be mini documentary series coming to be. Hopefully, it's coronavirus texts lead to Florida man's murder arrest and wife's disappearance.
What?
So yeah, so basically, if I recall the stories, I was going to show it to you last week, but I think I forgot. Basically. These people who are there's a couple like what are their names, David and Gretchen. They're like a couple. I think they get ready to file for divorce. And the coronavirus stuff starts happening, and then like, you know, everybody like I guess somebody's been sending text messages saying, hey, you know, I can't come out. The Gretchen can't come, or you know, hey, I'm Gretchen. I can't come out because of the coronavirus. Like, I'm sick. I don't want to you know, get anybody infected. And then somebody like thought that was weird. And kind of started looking around, and then I think they eventually called the police. And then what happened was like he's like, I don't know what happened. Like, you know, my wife, you know, had the coronavirus, whatever. She's gone, and next thing you know, like they find her truck in like a hospital, and like you can clearly like you see the video of him like driving the truck somewhere, but they have no idea where her body is. Like they have no idea. Like he was telling people that like she had the acute case of the coronavirus. And she had to go to the hospital, and she needed to be sedated. And everybody's like, "What are you talking about? Like, that's not even a good lie. Like, what's wrong with you?" They called, and they said he did no such thing, did nothing like that. And if I show you this guy, you'd be like, "He's too goofy to commit a murder," but he did it. He did it.
I mean, look at that fucking Carol Baskins. Look at that goofy looking bitch. Oh no, he's definitely a murderer. Look at that guy.
I will show the.
He's straight out of Central Casting, but I see what you're saying. He does have a goofy little look about him.
Yeah, he's like there's just no way you can murder somebody, but yeah. Let's see.
He does look a tad goofy.
He does look goofy. Yeah, no.
But it's just he's got the squinty eyes and shit. But that inbred widow's peak looking motherfucker definitely killed his woman, and
Jesus.
Yeah, who knows why? They say that domestic violence is on the rise, right?
Yeah.
That during the quarantine, that domestic violence is on the rise.
Oh, shit. Oh, Oh, double shit. Oh, that was something. Did you, speaking of domestic violence, did you see that clip from Trump? It was hilarious.
No.
So there's like a reporter asking him, like, "Oh, Mr. Trump, what do you feel about domestic violence being on the rise in Oregon?" And he's like, "Mexican violence?" He's like, Roy's like, "No, domestic violence." He's like, "Oh."
That's hilarious. He's like, Mexican violence?
No, no,
Oh.
no, domestic violence. No, no. Oh, okay.
He's like, I don't really care about
No,
that.
no, he doesn't care about that at all. He's like, now there's all these stupid jokes. He's like, President Trump, what are you gonna do about the dirty pews in the churches? Did you say dirty Jew? He said, no, dirty pew,
We're gonna eradicate those dirty Jews. I mean, what?
dirty pews.
Oops.
Oh man.
Yeah. Now, that's hilarious. Yeah. What are they gonna do about those dirty pews? Honestly, like, I mean, dude, I don't. I don't know if the world's ever gonna be normal again, man. I don't know.
No, dude.
Like, I don't want to. I'm not a doomsday guy, but like, I know smart people who are like, well, maybe it shouldn't go back to where the way it was.
It probably won't. It probably won't. It's like it's just how it's just one of those things where you're gonna see like 20% of the people out there just wearing masks, and
For now.
forever. And it's like there's gonna be like, yeah, no, I just don't do these things anymore because the spread of the virus. Eventually, people will get over it. Like it'll take like 100 years, like while past we're dead. But
The virus. What about the rest of them?
what do you mean about the other viruses?
Yeah, dude.
I mean, that's not what I'm saying though. Like it's like I don't know. You have to. It's what is the chances of having a pandemic? It could be what? What's the chance of having a pandemic?
Wait a second. All right, like let's use an example of a virus that people know about. Let's let's say a word that no one likes to hear: herpes.
All right.
So they say 25% of the population has it. Like I get cold sores.
Yeah.
Right? So they say 25% of the population has it. There's no cure for it.
Right.
There's no vaccine for it.
Right.
How come everything needs to shut the fuck down to stop the spread of this terrible virus?
Only because your herpes have been. Well, honestly, I don't know the history of herpes, but I would say this.
Neither do I.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's another virus that there's no vaccine for that a lot of people have.
But there's also
So like, but maybe that's a vaccine. Maybe that's in itself is a vaccine that a lot of people have. It means that like it's okay. I don't know what the rules are.
I was going to say
I'm
this
just saying,
though, but you have some way to mitigate it, right? When it
will it be the coronavirus that we're avoiding, or will it just be the spread of viruses in general? Will the culture change to just be like we have to make sure that people don't get each other sick?
No, don't think so.
You think it'll be particular to this virus?
I don't. I think it'll be within the time frame of things like this, but I don't think people will care because you have a whole generation. You still have like a large percentage of the people, like Florida right now. The beaches aren't closed and they're packed. People don't care. Like there's just people who just don't care. You have to understand that like there are people in the world who just are selfish people, which are okay to be selfish. But then there's just unbelievably stupidly selfish, where it's like, hey, I'm going to make it so that way, like it's just make it easy for everybody. Just wear the mask. I get it. We're not asking you to put a chip in your body. Just wear the mask.
We didn't ask you for a chip.
We just
Yes.
put just put the mask on. Like I don't know. It seems like it should. It seems like everybody says you're protecting you're protecting everybody else from getting it. So
I like that narrative better than like I'm protecting me from you.
yeah.
I don't like that. I like the idea that I'm protecting y'all from me
And I'm protecting you.
by wearing it.
Yeah, by wearing it. It's like an agreement.
I like that narrative the best.
Yeah.
But it still all fucking creeps me out, dude. I just want things to go back to the way they were, and I know that's not a progressive thing to say.
No, dude. I mean, we're gonna talk about what we talked about off air, but like, I don't think like the whole fitness industry is effed. I'm sorry, like, it's so effed. Like, it's so effed. Like,
It's a wrap.
like you're gonna see a lot more, a lot more workouts from home, and then maybe you'll see like small privates. Like for jiu-jitsu, you might see like quads. Might be a lot more quads. The guys like basically work hourly instead of working at like a set time. Like everybody has to come at 7. It's like Maybe you come at like 5. Maybe you come at 6, 7,
Dude,
8, 9.
if that's the way it has to be, that's the way it has to be. I'm down to make adjustments, and I don't own a business anymore,
Yeah, that's the other thing.
so maybe I got out just in time.
Yeah, I think that's the best part about it. Like, you know, that's the best part about it. Like nobody like it's like I'm not hurting yet. You're not hurting yet. I'm sorry that everybody else is hurting yet, but thank goodness
You
that
son of a bitch. That's the best part.
that's the best part. I'm kidding.
You're a fucking asshole. You literally just hurt my rib.
Jokes, jokes, people. But that's what I say though. I'm excited though to see what comes out of it. Like you might see some of the best, just most aggressive things happen as soon as the virus gets completely lifted or all the restrictions get lifted. You're gonna see boobs everywhere. You're gonna see sex in the street. You're gonna see a lot of.
You are.
You're
You
gonna see
are.
a lot
People
of
are gonna get fucking wild. It's gonna get wild.
like.
But I will not be in the streets of the people.
Oh no! Don't do it, dude. That's when the wave 2 comes. That's how it happens. That's how the movie writes itself. It's like we're told that everything is cool. We can come back outside. Everybody's out there raging. They block down streets. Ah! Like everybody's enjoying their life fully and completely. Take these masks off. Pollution in the ocean goes back up 5,000%. We're just cranking it out. Cranking out
Until
cigarettes.
somebody just starts biting somebody and they're bleeding, and then we realize it's a zombie
Oh
apocalypse.
no! I was just gonna say that like the virus just changes a little bit and goes after people in like the 30, it goes after people in the 40 range more, and then it just starts breaking down. It's just like all the people who are bosses that are 40 die. All the people whose lives suck that at 40 die, and then
You're insane.
The economic collapse happens for real, for real. Everything comes to a screeching halt. This is
How
not,
come you say economic collapse and you have a smile on your face?
because you know what? All right, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be very honest with you. This will be one of the rare times where you're making me uncomfortable when you said that, and it's like I understand what rich people feel now. Like I truly get it now. When they look at numbers go up and down in a chart, they're just like it's just numbers. And then when you look at bodies, it's just numbers. Like that's what I can see. I start to see it, and it's very scary and it's very dark.
This is because you've started to use the stock market.
I have, and it's just like you're like it's like yeah, it's like you just want when you see that it's like it's so addicting. You see it's definitely gambling for sure. Like I will be
You're
the
like,
first.
I need something bad to happen so I can get rich.
Pretty much like that's how I look at it. Some days it's like oh man, this would be so great if the stock just dropped 20 points today.
If Indonesia falls off the face of the earth, I could be a
Oh
millionaire
no!
by
Oh
midnight.
no! You don't have you have no idea how hard I was looking at certain Chinese companies right before I heard the second release of the second economic crash for them.
I'm so upset with you.
I was looking at them so hard. Like it was like, oh, JD.com, never heard of you, but you're in China. Cool, I'm waiting. I'll pick you up. Don't worry. Like that's how bad it got. Like it's just so bad.
Oh, that's excellent. I'm glad that you're learning new skills.
Yeah.
And becoming more and more evil.
Oh shit! Did I mean that? Oh no! Hold on, guys. That was my bad. Let me call him back real quick. Just cut him off. I didn't mean to. That was my bad, guys. I apologize. That was all me.
It's all right. It's all right.
I was trying to hit X and it hit the end and it ended the call.
You son of a bitch. You just fucking hung up on. See, you were becoming evil for real. You were like, yes,
Yeah.
finally.
It's like the goodbye podcast. XOXO.
like I've gone full evil. I'm moving to China. Goodbye.
Oh, goodbye. Oh man.
Oh my God, Anthony.
Yeah.
Episode 250 has been a pleasure to do.
It has been.
It's good to see you as always. I'm
course.
glad that you are in good spirits, good health, and that you are trying to make that stock market cash
Off of
during
people's
this economic
tears.
crash.
Off of people's tears.
Oh shit!
Man.
You seriously just hurt my rib a little bit, but
Dude.
I'm talking like 3%.
All right.
You made it 3% worse.
I'm gonna try two
How
more
can
real
you make
quick.
my life 3% worse?
I'm gonna try two
But I'm
more.
so happy.
I'm gonna try
Which is
two more.
strange.
I'm gonna try two more. My landlord has disdain for me because I told him I'm interested in the stock market now. He looks at me with disdain, like you're one of those people. Like, and he's like, it's not even because.
Hey man. Hey man. you're in this real estate shit when you assumed everybody had a job.
Yeah. I was like, ew. I was like, hey man.
You assume people could pay you.
Yeah, I was like, you want me to keep paying you, right? So if I get
So
12 bones, you'll be good. Shut
you
up.
should be happy when people are getting creative with the way they earn.
Yeah.
You should be like, yeah, please be one of those people. Keep paying me my rent.
Have a Coke and a smile. Have a Coke and a smile.
Anthony,
Yes.
this is goodbye for real.
Cool.
Internet, we fucking love you.
Yeah.
Thank you for sticking with us through this pandemic.
Stay strong.
It's fun to see that during the pandemic, we are getting more views.
Yeah.
So we love you for loving us. And we will see you soon. Goodbye, Internet. XOXO. Anthony. Peace.
Peace.